Hey, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, if you missed the opening segment, all I call that is a good mood. I mean, actually, I enjoy what I do. I really do. I love it. I can't wait to get here the next day. I mean, I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm already looking forward to Monday. I know. People think, whoa, you are out there. Yes, I am, folks. I can't wait to get here Monday. I can't wait to get here next Tuesday. Every day I enjoy this. Chief at FetcherNews.com, 706-889-9700. And there's all the ways you can follow us on social media, 825 this morning in LJ, Georgia. And now with your favorite tunes. I would have absolutely loved the opportunity. Let's say, I'm going to go 70s. Like, here's your next favorite tune. All right, BKP, right? I will sing. Do you want me to sing my theme song today? I might later. I might later. Theme song to the show. All right. I should get the rights to it. See if I got to buy the rights and see if I can record this and get the music behind it and everything. See what I got to do. We need to look into that. All right. So yesterday, the governor appointed number 3. It's done. Kelly Loeffler will be your next senator in Georgia, okay? And there is Kelly, number 4. There she is. She's taken back. So, Governor Brian Kemp does a trust me on this one. Now, he uses all of his political clout. Okay, this is my opinion. He pulls, I mean, you've got political capital, all right? And there's polling data that he has high, his favorabilities are way up, Kemp is. People like their governor here in Georgia. And when you have that, it's called political capital. I mean, not to be silly, but it's like a video game. I mean, you shoot, you could keep shooting at the bad guy, and then all of a sudden you decide to use the mega bomb, and your energy level goes down to here. So Kemp expended an enormous amount of political capital in this pick. And basically come out yesterday to the podium, the governor, and said, trust me on this one. Okay? Trust me. Now, immediately after the pick at 10 a.m. and the announcement and Kelly comes to the podium and makes her little speech, immediately the surrogates, I mean, Sue Eberhardt, which if you're in the Republican, all right, circle in Georgia, there's nobody that doesn't know the patriarch, is that what you could say, of the Republican Party in Georgia, Sue Eberhardt. So they brought a couple women in, all right. Now, let me just say this, not in that picture, you can't see it, but the lieutenant governor there and Georgia House Speaker David Ralston's there, and you can't draw an assumption. They are, if the governor and the speaker and the lieutenant governor are not, if the lieutenant governor and the speaker are not standing behind the governor, it's going to be hell to pay. And you don't need that come 2020 legislative session down there under the Gold Dome. So Ralston and I have no knowledge of where they stand, but Duncan, Lieutenant Governor, and Speaker of the House Ralston had to stand behind there. It looked like it was a little tough to get some people that they wanted there. There's some people you don't see in that group. But over there next to Ralston, right next to the speaker, David Ralston, is Jeff Speecher, the chairman of the New York Stock Exchange. So Kelly comes up and, she says all the right things and she knows all the right people. And they tried to sell her, give me, there's number 5. Let me have number 5. And you can see over the corner of the shoulder, Duncan, and the other side, David Ralston, which is a must. And you can see Marty Kemp, governor's wife. And you see Governor Kemp, he did a class act. He opened up with thankful remarks on retired Senator Johnny Isakson. and then you have Kelly, and let me see. I think I have a picture of just her. Go ahead and give me back number 4. So Kelly Loeffler is the new senator, will be in Georgia. Again, she knew all the right people and said all the right things. So yesterday she said everything that Kemp needed her to say, okay? Now, I don't know her. I have invited her right here to North Georgia. Come to the 9th District. Now, I'm going to say this not being facetious, nasty, all the ugly words, whatever, but when she gets done around Buckhead and when she gets done around, doing the circle with the AJC and the TV downtown in Buckhead and all the fancy places that she could go to, the Rotary clubs in Atlanta and the Atlanta Chamber of Commerce. When she gets done with all of that, maybe she could find her way up 515 and stop here and maybe do something up here, a couple things up here, and meet Kelly Loeffler. In fact, I will say now, I would head that up. I mean, not endorsing her, but if her office was to call and say, hey, can we put something together to meet her, I'll put that together, because I think the people of Georgia should meet her, and I want to do an interview with her. And it would be respectful. If she comes out, I would be respectful to her. But let me get back to what I'm trying to say. Yesterday, they stayed a distance from her career. They kept a distance from her career today and sold her as the Illinois farm girl, okay? And the Illinois farm girl that knows soybeans and will know our South Georgia farmers. And immediately after she was done, there's people all over, the governor surrogates all over the state popping up how excited they are about Kelly and what a true conservative. And so I'm still don't know. Now, President Trump accepts her. All right? Just say it. So let's say she goes to Washington, D.C., and Mitch McConnell takes her over to meet the president as a senator, not Brian Kemp. And she looks the president in the eye and says, Mr. President, regardless of anything that has been said and done up to this point, I support you. I support your agenda. And you will see that in my actions. If that happens. And President Trump tweets out, just met with Kelly Loeffler, and she assures me that she endorses and supports Make America Great Again and your president, Donald J. Trump. Go Kelly, go, 2020. All's forgiven. I mean, the man has the power of the tweet. So if that happens for Kelly and Donald says, all right, I love Doug. Because let me tell you something, we're going to get into Doug Collins. All right? He is not going to be the next senator at this time. Not going to be. He could possibly be what I have always wanted all along. And we'll get into that. But if Donald sends out a tweet, it says all for, I like Kelly. I like her. She's all right. She's here. I like her. She's saying all the right things. Let's do this. Then guess what? All's forgiven. Now, Brian Kemp came out yesterday and he said, trust me on this one. Okay? He did. And then he has a small army of surrogates that have been tweeting, putting on Facebook, go Kelly. Oh my God, Kelly's such a conservative. I've been reading all of it, okay? But he spent political capital and said, trust me on this one. And Kelly said all the right things yesterday. You can't say Kelly said one wrong thing. If you're a conservative out there, you have to just take her at face value because she said all the right things. Somebody wrote her something that was very good. And if all else fails with the backward North Georgia voters, and don't take that wrong, I'm not calling you that, okay? You know that, because I'm backward North Georgia voter, I guess. But if all else fails, at the end say, build the wall. So once you get done, say, build the wall. And that caps it off. And she did that yesterday. She said, Second Amendment, pro-life. She's never give a dime. I'd like to know then why all of the things that were on social media are out there. Pro-life, supports Lindsey Graham's 20-week abortion bill in the Senate. Second Amendment, loves the president, on board, and I will be your conservative woman in Washington, D.C. Go, Kelly, go. All the right things. All right, she said that. So at face value. Trump said, trust me on this one. If Donald J. Trump says in a tweet, trust him. Now, Mr. Governor, no disrespect to you, okay? But if Donald J. Trump says, Kelly's okay, trust me on this one with a tweet, all will be forgiven. Now, yesterday, immediately, okay? I mean immediately, once she stepped aside and they said the cameras were done, this is what her Twitter, I've been following her on Twitter. I'm one of the 320, okay? Go to number 6. Her Twitter page changed immediately. Now, I felt like, damn, why didn't I take a picture the day before? But at 10 o'clock, when she was announced, at the minute they cut the cameras, her Twitter feed said, Kelly, Georgia conservative. Georgia conservative. Immediately. It's like a team of campaign specialists were ready for this rollout. All right? Georgia conservative. Period. That's it, man. Okay? Because I have told you, if during a campaign I get one more of those push cards in the mail that says, I'm a true conservative. You know, really? So they're going with that. Georgia conservative. You're going to have to pick it up. You got 186 following, and you're following you only got 320 followers. So that was immediately. Then, I will show you the time. Immediately. When I say immediately, I got an email, number 7. Right? Kelly, see that? Georgia conservative Loeffler. For immediate release Wednesday, December 4th, 2019. Conservative businesswoman Kelly Loeffler. She will be introduced, conservative businesswoman. They will plant that. That is a flag planted in the moon out in Arizona. Conservative businesswoman Kelly Loeffler, tapped to serve in U.S. Senate, vows to stand with President Trump and keep America great. That, boom, blasted right out. I got that email. Let's see. I got that. What time was that? Give me number 8. See that? I got that at 11:07. They introduced her at 10. They got done at about 10:40. And not even 20 minutes, like 25 minutes later, boom, I got that email. To beat KP. Right? Who's it from? Ryan Mahoney. Who is it? Team Kelly. Ryan at Parlay LLC. Do you know who Parlay LLC is? That's the same people that handled Brian Kemp's campaign. That's right. Same people that handled Governor Kemp's campaign, Parlay LLC, seem to be ready and everything done. You see, here's the thing that gets me. Actually, I like Ryan Mahoney. Let me go on the record. I like this guy. This guy's good at what he does. He is. I mean, I like this guy. This is his job. But let me tell you something. They did not introduce her as senator at 10 a.m. and then go in a back room and sign contracts with Ryan Mahoney, Parlay LLC, to handle Team Kelly's campaign at 10:30 yesterday morning. that was negotiated and done weeks in advance. I mean, that rollout was weeks in advance. This graphic, as you might think right here, 7, okay? As simple as that looks. All of this was done weeks in advance, okay? Weeks in advance. Number 6, the Twitter page. Everything was ready. Kelly Loeffler, Georgia conservative. Weeks in advance, okay? Number 3, when that happened, it was done weeks in advance. So Governor Kemp, it's okay. I do know, yes, the Georgia Constitution provides the governor of Georgia the pick for Senate if the seat is vacated. Absolutely. So constitutionally, he fulfilled his duty. All right. I am not implying, and I do not know if anything illegal took place. But here's what I do know. Number 8. This is not ready to go, Parlay LLC, if everything is not done weeks in advance. My biggest concern is, did Parlay LLC, which is the same political group that handled Governor Brian Kemp's campaign, were there meetings with this group before Kelly Loeffler applied at 3 o'clock that day with the 5 o'clock deadline? That's a concern I have. So there you go. So A, President Trump, let's put her up, number 4. A, President Trump, okay, accepts her and it's over. B, Doug Collins accepts. Hold on, let's go to number 55. Yesterday, Congressman Collins released this statement, number 55, immediately. The governor has the right to make this appointment, and I respect the decision he has made. I congratulate Kelly Loeffler on her appointment to serve our great state as Georgia's next senator. I appreciate the support I have received from the president and many others, and right now my primary focus is defending the president against partisan impeachment attacks. He sent me that at 10:30 yesterday morning. I got that at 10:30 yesterday morning. Now, just to double down yesterday on the for yesterday, my interview with Congressman Collins. Okay, and let's go to 19. All right. Yesterday we had like an 8-minute interview with Congressman yesterday morning, and I know many of you wanted me to ask the question about the Senate. But I did not feel on a day that our congressman in the 9th District had to focus on one of the most important days probably in his career. Most important day yesterday. I know every day leading up to it seems to be, but yesterday, okay, with the world watching, all eyes on him in this nation, with any common sense that wants to pay attention, I did not feel I needed to waste one of my 8 minutes with saying, hey, you already know you're not going to be senator. You already know he's picking somebody else, so do you want to say something? All right, I didn't feel, I will not. When somebody interviews in this office, or I have any interview whatsoever, I will ask the questions. But if the question comes down to a line of feel of disrespect, I don't want my interviews ever. I don't want anybody that ever sits with an interview with me to ever feel that I just blatantly disrespect them. So I wasn't going to do that yesterday. Collins made that statement. Now let me say this, okay? It's very possible Doug doesn't run. I know all the hype right now. It's very possible that the congressman does not run against Kelly Loeffler. It's very possible that they do a good job because they got enough money to do it. Now, it's not that I agree. You don't like what I'm saying, okay? But go back to number 4. It's very possible that she has enough, well, she does have enough money, that she takes the money, and between now and the time to run for the office next year, okay, that she spends the money and convinces Georgians that she is the greatest thing and she's a conservative, and learns not to break from that. No matter what kind of question I ask or anybody asks, just stay on these 5 points of who you are. Because if you notice something yesterday, she made about 5 points of who she is. And what you're going to see is no matter what questions she's asked, she's going to circle around, because I know Parlay and I know the people in there, and they're smart. They know how to run a campaign. So what they're going to do is make sure that she came out. You heard about 5 points: pro-life, immigration, the talking points, Second Amendment, whatever. Support the president. If all else fails, build the wall. What she's going to do is she's going to go do interviews, and she's going to meet with groups, and she's going to head to rural Georgia. Oh, yeah, she's going to go farm girl, and she's going to come up to North Georgia and check out our agritourism, and she's going to do the farm girl, meager beginnings, humble, and the 5 points, no matter what questions she's asked. So she does have enough money to try to sell that in Georgia. Can we be sold that? Because I'm not talking to, if there's no other candidate, we can be sold that. I watch and see what happens, okay? And my opinion is that possibly Doug Collins does not run, and nobody runs against her, possibly, okay? And that Collins is, there's something bigger in his future than being senator right now, okay? Something much bigger for the time being. Because I will say this, and put up Congressman Collins again. That was let's go to number 19. I did not endorse Congressman Collins for the simple reason I just don't do that. I just didn't think out of 500 candidates that I could actually vet all 500 and endorse a candidate. I like the congressman, but I will ask the tough questions. He has voted in ways that I got the heartburn. He has cast some votes that caused me some heartburn. But yesterday, the passion and the real Doug Collins, what's your line? Doug Collins stepped up, Congressman Collins, and he knocked it out of the park yesterday. When he said this all started from the tears in Brooklyn, you and I know what that means. That was supposed to be a campaign victory party for Hillary that turned into a crying scene all night long in the wee hours of the morning when we couldn't find Hillary because she may be drinking somewhere. That being said, I have sit here in my adult life and put up with I like Ohio and I like Wisconsin, so let me get past that. Put up with Ohio Congressman John Boehner for my Speaker of the House. And then I watched Boehner put this monster omnibus bill on the desk. And then I got a Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan from Wisconsin, okay? And Paul Ryan said I had to vote for all these omnibus bills that Doug had to do it because they were baked in the cake and they were on his desk, and he had to work to move the Republican Party a certain way. We dealt with Paul Ryan and John Boehner, the no subpoena speakers of the House, that did not give out subpoenas for the chair people on these committees when they needed it the most to do their investigations. So I put up with those two speakers. It's high time that you and I get to work and we help in any way we can get Congress back in Republican hands. Yesterday has to be an example of why Doug Collins should be sitting in the chair where that toad bullfrog Jerry Nadler is sitting. And he should move over one seat and be the chair. And let's say this, it's high time that we take back the House Republicans and Georgia. The next Speaker of the House is from Georgia, Doug Collins, because let me tell you something. when you go outside in this country and I don't care where you at, that guy's a rock star. Now let me tell you something. I really feel strong not saying it. That could be the next Speaker of the House from Georgia. How about that? Now I'm going to take a break. We'll come back. We're going to talk more about the impeachment. And are you up for a new tax in Gilmer County if you live here? Because it's being proposed. Another tax. Take us a break.